I Sleep Too Late, and today we are playing some vintage. As you can see, I am on Lurrus, so it's going to be a little bit of an interesting story. This deck, I didn't do too hot with it last league, or the previous league that I tried it on, but I'm going to give it another shot here because I have it. It's already in my collection, and I kind of want to just give it a shot, honestly. So this is probably a mulligan. We don't have any blue mana, and like 5 of our cards need blue mana. This hand is not this. I mean, still no blue mana, but it's a little bit better because we have Force of Will. Probably we can. I guess we can cut. Let's keep this. I guess the only thing we technically need blue mana for is the Psychic Frog. So I think we're probably good to just ditch the Psychic Frog, right? We have everything else we need. Like we have Orcish Bowmasters. We have Mental Misstep. Force of Will is basically free, so we can pretty much cast everything we need. And yeah, let's go ahead and just pass the turn here. We have double counter magic here to back up our stuff. If they Soul Ring, we're gonna recall. If they recall, well, I'm sorry. If they Soul Ring, we're gonna misstep. If they recall, then we're gonna misstep. All right, I'm not gonna cast the Orcish Bowmasters yet. All right, well, we got the Psychic Frog anyway. We're just gonna pass here. Let's see what they come up with. Mana Crypt. Yeah, sure, that's fine. It's a win condition, so not gonna say no to a win condition. Are they putting Lurrus in their hand? Okay. We'll probably just counter that, honestly. Alright, there's the Polluted Delta. We could stock up right now. It's probably not a bad idea, honestly. Let's do it. Let's get an island. And let's see if we can stock up here. I think this is probably the right play. We have Force of Will back up and Mental Misstep and stuff. Alright, they're going to Flusterstorm. That's actually okay. We're going to just let that happen. That was a good counter spell. It's not something I can really deal with. I'm not going to Mental Misstep and Force of Will it. Doesn't make any sense for me to do that. We have Mental Misstep and we have Force of Will back up, so we should be fine here. Unfortunately, that means... Excuse me. I am a little sick, so I do apologize for that. But we're going to Force of Will, probably pitching the Psychic Frog, which is a little unfortunate, but... What is this? Oh, Lorien revealed? Do I care about this? I don't think so. I don't think I care about this. They just paid 5 mana for a spell. I mean, 5 mana for a recall isn't really a good return. We can actually... Let's see. Oh, actually, this is a pretty good... This is a pretty good one. I still... I still want to leave mana up for Orcish Bowmasters. Let's go ahead and exile the Flusterstorm because they could theoretically Snapcaster that. And we're just going to leave Orcish Bowmasters mana open. Please lose 3 life. How come my opponents never lose 3 life and I always lose 3 life to Crypt? Like, always. Well, the Soul Glide Lantern does help against Lurrus. Is this a stock up? Time Walk. Sure. I still think we should pitch Psychic Frog to Force of Will. And then in doing so, we can... Oh, what is this? Oswald? I actually think I should counter this, right? Yeah, I think I need to counter this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to counter this, unfortunately, but what can you do, you know? I mean, I'm just worried about, like, Tinker, and, like, basically that's just the Tinker, right? Now, if they do cast Lurrus, we don't have an answer to it, but we do have a Soul Guide Lantern. Alright, they have a recall. So, let's see what they end up doing here. I think I'd probably start by mental misstepping the recall. If they counter, then we'll just flash in the Orcish Bowmasters. Honestly, I think that's what we should do. And then we can crack the Soul Guide Lantern against Lurrus whenever that happens. They're going to Demonic Tutor, sure. They're probably finding protection for this recall. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's probably not what they're doing. They're probably using it to find their win condition. In which case, we're in a little bit of trouble here. Mox, sure. All right, I think I should just counter this. If they counter this, then we can probably just... Ooh, what is this? Oh, I'm just gonna flash in this Orcish Bowmasters then. Let's see what they end up doing here. Oh, they got the Force of Will too? Alright, well, I got nothing then. I mean, they just win the game here. Maybe I should be playing this deck. Demir Lurrus. Maybe Demir Lurrus should be on, like, Grief. No, you can't be on Grief. I was just thinking maybe you could be on, like, a Reanimator package, but that doesn't make any sense. Maybe just non-Lurrus Demir then. Demir Reanimator. Like the Legacy deck, but with Entomb and all that other stuff. Alright, I've had enough. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go to game 2. And probably bring in more counter magic. Fatal Push is gonna be good against, like, Oswald, I guess. I don't know if Yixel Jailer does anything against Lurrus. I don't think it does. But we can bring in Snuff Out. Oh, actually, hold on. Non-black. I guess that hits Oswald, but probably not as good as Fatal Push in this matchup. So what do we cut here? I think we could probably cut, like, Probe. And I mean, now Spellbomb and Soul Guide Lantern are pretty good, but maybe I don't know if we need both. I think that maybe Soul Guide Lantern can go. It's kind of not doing a whole lot there. And then let's see. I guess we don't really need Demonic Tutor, right? Like, what is that really getting us? We don't really... I mean, I guess it's good. Yeah, it's probably right to keep it. I guess we'll cut our stock up since we already have a 3-drop that we brought in. I have no idea. I could also see a case for cutting Lorien Revealed. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and start the match again. Game 2. This is probably keep. Yeah, let's keep this. We can go Underground Sea. Now Spell Bomb. No, unfortunately we don't have a pitch for the Force of Will, but I think it should still be fine. They mulligan to 6, so that's kind of cool. We'll just pass the turn here after we resolve the Nile Spell Bomb. We can always cycle and draw a card. We have land drops, which is cool. Okay, Manifold Key. I don't have any counter magic, so if they go off this turn, then it's whatever. Alright. There's the Force of Will pitch. We can wasteland them and then probably just pass the turn, I'm thinking. Don't know what they're doing here. Oh, Lorien revealed, sure. Alright, let's go ahead and pass. Let's see what they got here. A meticulous archive. I think that's what they revealed that off of the Lorien, so we can kind of X that out. And Polluted Delta, pass the turn. We can do a lot here. We can like crack the fetch land, get Undercity Sewers, and then if we want to, we can like. All right. Well, there's the target for Fatal Push. Let's go ahead and destroy this thing, or attempt to at least. If they counter, then we can Fatal Push again. Oh, are they gonna bounce it? If they're gonna bounce it, let's destroy it in response. All right, cool. And then we can probably just wasteland again. Let's wasteland the Tundra. Good. All right. I think I like where this is going. We have like all the pieces for success. Not liking the Tolarian Academy, but what can you do? We'll just counter the Lurrus when it comes into play. Can also like crack the Nile Spellbomb, I guess. Yeah, let's go ahead and pass. I like this. We can if we can get like one more card in the graveyard, like Pitch Force, crack Nile Spellbomb. We're looking at a 1-mana Treasure Cruise, potentially. They have the mana for Lurrus. We can probably just counter it with like Force of Will or something. Yeah, I mean, that's what we're going to end up doing. They're going to Demonic Tutor, sure. I think they're going to get Recall here, right? But probably a good idea to exile their graveyard now. That way, Lurrus, even if Lurrus does resolve, it'll be less good. Plus, it makes us use our mana more efficiently. All right, so we're gonna pay black to draw a card here, and then we got Daze mana. So that's kind of cool. Do they have a response? Okay. Okay, so I think this is the part where we flash in Orcish Bowmasters. See if we can fight this. Do we want to counter this actually? I don't think we do. I think we let this resolve. We just got like a Tarmogoyf basically. Plus we have counter magic too, so I'm not too worried about this, honestly. Alright. We can go Undercity Sewers here. Yeah, let's put this in the graveyard. And then we'll just we'll say go. We have a daze. They have a lot of like mana here with the Tolarian Academy, but it can get awkward if they want to pay for the daze mana, I guess. But we're more likely to just have double force back up here. Swords. Do I care about swords? I don't think I care about swords. Yeah, that's fine. I have a 4/4. We'll just let them exchange resources for our stuff. And as long as we have a 4/4, we should be good. Is this stock up? We have 7 cards in our graveyard, so we can treasure cruise next turn. We have counter magic. If this is Lurrus, we can probably counter it. Yeah. We should probably counter this. Alright, cool. Lurrus is countered. Hopefully they don't do anything else crazy. Merchant Scroll, I think I'm okay with this. What are they going to get, like Brainstorm? I don't even know what they get here. Paradoxical Outcome is probably what they get. Oh, Flusterstorm, sure. Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think they have a lot of good targets. Unless they were, like, dedicated combo with Merchant Scroll. Okay, well, Time Twister would have been a good card to play with Orcish Bowmasters, but I think we should be fine here. We might as well use this treasure cruise while they're tapped out. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me tap this a little bit better. All right, we're gonna keep the Nile Spellbomb. We're gonna be smart about this and keep the Nile Spellbomb, because that's something that we can do with Lurrus. All right, we're gonna draw 3 cards here. Maybe we can get a Black Lotus. No, but we do get a Misty Rainforest. And we do have an Orcish Bowmasters. So let's just attack here. I don't think we necessarily need to play the Bowmasters now. Although it does give them a very big... It does give us a very strong clock against them. I'm going to do it now since they're tapped out, actually. It makes sense to do it now because they don't... It seems like they don't have a response to anything we're doing. And I actually do want to aggro them a little bit. We're actually doing really well on time, surprisingly. Yeah, and then what we could do is we can time twister next turn. We leave force negation to pitch for Lorien revealed. We know they have a Flusterstorm, so that's going to be a little unfortunate, but I think we should be okay here. I wonder what this is. Yawgmoth's Will. Yeah, I'm a little bit screwed, aren't I? Well, let's think about this for a second. I should counter this now. That is the right thing to do. But I should counter this now. I know they're going to Flusterstorm. That's fine, but we need to actually make them pay the mana. And this makes their mana a little bit more awkward, I think. So I'm not 100% sure if that was the right play, but like we have to fight this. Yeah, I mean they're gonna just recast Lurrus. Oh yeah, I mean that makes sense too. Oh, actually, yeah, that was a good play for me, I think, because now they can't cast Lurrus anymore. Oh, actually, they can still cast Lurrus. They can just untap the Mox Jet with the Manifold Key. Oh, and they have a fetch land too. Okay, so they have everything they need. Yeah, they're gonna want to untap the Mox Jet here. Oh, they're gonna untap the Crypt. So do they not have the mana for? They don't care about Lurrus. It looks like they don't care about Lurrus. Oh, they're gonna do that instead. Yeah, that's fair. All right. Well, they're at 8, so I'm hoping they'll fizzle, but it doesn't look like they will. The problem with my Lurrus deck is that it loses to other Lurrus decks, and that's really the problem. We keep getting paired with other Lurrus decks when we play this deck, and those Lurrus decks are just better than our Lurrus decks at doing stuff. Like Storm is not really a fair deck, and what we're doing is kind of fair with like the Orcish Bowmasters and Psychic Frog. Just being a fair aggro deck is a little bit annoying because you're facing like some really difficult matchups where you can't really control what your opponent's doing unless you have like the counter magic for it. Makes me wonder if I should just be playing Paradox Outcome. Maybe I'll think about doing that for the next league. I'm still trying to figure out like what I want to play. I do want to try out various decks, so we'll try some stuff out and see what works, what doesn't. I'm kind of hoping that I get to untap and play this Time Twister, but I think the chances of that happening is less likely now. Okay, there's the Time Vault. Oh, and they just have it. Yeah, so that's going to be a GG. Well, we tried our best. I think we could have played this a little bit better, but I don't really know if there were any necessarily like things I missed out on, like some heinous mistakes. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna work on this again. It's not about winning or losing for me. I really just want to see if I can get better as a vintage player. But anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. If you haven't already subscribed to my video, to subscribe to my channel, I upload a lot of vintage content. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Peace out.